Hey, so this is my stereotypes video, and it's just gonna be about, well, like stereotypes, I guess. Um, so I guess first things first. Like what I just want to say, you cannot get offended by some stereotypes, and you cannot be against every single stereotype there is, because there is always at least some backing for it. Um, like all nerds wear glasses. That could be somewhat true. This is just like me spewing nonsense. If I'm completely wrong, please correct me. It might be because nerds, I say this with quotes, are categorized as smart, and if you're smart, you usually read a lot, you know a lot, so you probably research things, and looking a lot at screens or reading a lot can probably like put a strain on your eyes or whatever, and you know, make you have bad eyes, so you get glasses. But regardless, it's kind of a dumb stereotype, and you shouldn't really be offended by that one, in my opinion. Because they're calling you smart. That's not really offensive, in my opinion, anyways. And the whole Asian people are smart thing, yes, that is, in many cases, pretty true. You know why? Okay. Okay, the thing that pisses me off about Asian stereotypes, okay, and I'm Asian, so that's kind of like how I know. Um, the one really prominent one is Asian kids are smart, and that's pretty true in many places because have you ever heard of like the term tiger mom? It started from like China or something, or at least it's like about China, and it's just like a really strict mom, I guess. And like, okay, so when I was a child, I had to work like I was maybe like 7 or 8, yeah. I worked out of middle and high school textbooks, like math books. I did a bunch of algebra, a bunch of workbooks, things like that. So yeah, now I'm pretty smart because of it. Because of hours and hours and hours of studying that I did instead of going outside and playing. And I live in a place where literally right outside my house there's a playground, field, basketball court, tennis court, swimming pool, and clubhouse. So, I guess. And there's like 2 more parks, like a couple blocks away too. So I definitely could have just gone outside and played, but I actually no, I didn't choose to study, but I was. I feel like forced is too harsh of a word, but yeah, basically just forced to do a bunch of academic work, cause Asia just generally values education, and before guys are like, oh my gosh, that makes it unfair or whatever, which I think is dumb, but I've literally heard people say that. Like, what qualities you choose to value are your own principles and morals and stuff. So, and no one dictates that except for you. So it's kind of your own problem. But like Asians value intellect, and it's not so great as it sounds because that also means kindness, compassion, caring. Those things are a little bit more pushed aside. Like social and team building skills are generally pretty much disregarded except for like math teams and stuff, and even then it's usually just like competitions in general are usually like individual ones. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but all the ones that I've been to have been individual except for this science competition that I won a while back. That was a group. Um but it was like strangers group, not like an actual team. So yeah. In America there's things like science pool, math team at schools and whatever, but in Asia I don't think so. Um but I might be completely wrong, so yeah. And African American culture, like they value entertainment and sports and athleticism, things like that. So maybe intelligence is a little more pushed away, and you focus more on being healthy, having a good like physique, being strong, things like that. And that's great, yeah. Um, and I don't want to say like one race is superior to another, because that is legitimate racism, and I am not okay with that. Like, generally, anyways. I mean, sometimes I make minor jokes about that, but they're usually like about myself, anyways. So yeah, so maybe you don't study as much in the African American culture, so you're not focused on getting into Harvard. You're maybe focused on getting a sports scholarship somewhere. I don't know. And what other like racial stereotypes are there? There is one that, like, the whole dumb blonde thing, the dumb white girl thing. Yeah, okay, that originated from, I'm pretty sure that this is true, but again, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure that originated from the whole party girl, prostitute, clubbing, stereotypical girl like that, slut, whatever. And yeah, if you do that, I'd have to say that you're pretty dumb. I mean, you can still be completely intellectually advanced and get drunk and stuff. I just feel like, okay, being smart and being dumb, I think, to me, aren't really opposites. And I know this sounds irrelevant, just hear me out, okay? Because, or at least like being intellectually gifted, like, there's a difference. I could be, like, have the brain of Albert Einstein and be super smart, okay? And still go out drinking every single night. Even though I know full well that drinking is breaking down my liver, and having, like, sleeping around is immoral. Like, even if, okay, at that point, that's just dumb. I mean, you're not stupid. There's a difference between stupid and dumb. Because if you're stupid, you're just not smart, I guess. But if you're dumb, I think you disregard that. And also, there's like another definition of dumb. It's like, you stood there dumbfounded, or, you know, it's just to stupefy, almost. Okay, this is completely irrelevant. Okay, I'm sorry. But more about stereotypes, okay? So I'm gonna be focusing mostly on Asian stereotypes. And I see this 7 minutes into my video, which is probably close to the end, so that's wonderful. I'm so organized. Because, you know, I'm Asian, so I can talk about it with more credibility, I guess. So I go to a magnet school, or GT school, basically a smart kids school, and I promise you most of them are Asian. Maybe around like half Chinese, half Indianish, I guess. And then there are like, okay, there's like two different programs, like smart kid programs. The math and science program, which is the one I'm in, which entails magnet math, magnet science, and computer science, which is harder than I think most people realize, because it's literally like writing in a different language, except you can't screw up, or else your whole program is gonna be shit and you're gonna cry. And then humanities, it's magnet, English, history, and you have like media, which is like videos and stuff, like movie making, but not really. And in my program, there are 1, 2, 3. I can only think of, and this is like out of like 70 or so kids, there's only 3 kids that I know who are Caucasian. Okay, and also if I ever like say white or something instead of Caucasian, okay, don't be offended, okay? Or please don't. Like, I don't like. It's easier to say white than Caucasian. Let me tell you that. And it's not like a slur or anything, like the N word or the R word. So, don't think that you should be offended by that, but that's just like my own opinion. I'm sorry if you really do get offended by that and you really don't like it, but I will just say white for the time being. There are only 3 white kids that I can think of in my math and science program. And one of them is European, I think. Like, Polish? I'm not sure. You know what, never mind. That's irrelevant. There is one African American, and that's pretty much it. And then everyone else is basically just Asian. And then in the humanities program, over half the kids are white. Okay? And okay, each program thinks that they're smarter than the other. But okay, honestly, I think math and science is smarter. Like, I've seen scores and whatever of the humanities kids, and the embodiment to me of humanities is stereotypical white girl with some Asian kids who actually care about their grades. Like, yeah. Like, everyone in math, pretty much everyone in math psych gets straight A's, and I know multiple kids in humanities who got 3.0s, okay? 3.0s. And then also for the high school applications this year, like, you know, applying for magnet science, or magnet GT schools, I know a lot of humanities kids who got weight pools and stuff, and didn't get in, whereas pretty much every math sci kid got into at least one thing, at the very least one. So there's that. And they're like, oh, we don't care, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I'm sorry, but neither does math sci. Math sci is just, like, smart. And, I mean, we do care about our grades, but it's not like we... And some are tryhards, and that's not really a bad thing, in my opinion. It's when you humble brag about it, is when I get pissed. Like, finally spent, like, 6 hours studying for it. Like, bitch, I'm gonna study 6 hours. I don't really study. I mean, I get good grades, I guess, but I don't really study for anything. I mean, I do, but not on, like, a regular basis for any quizzes or anything. So, yeah, like, the humanities kids, they're like, like, all of these examples are things that I've heard. They're like, yeah, on Monday, let's wear dresses, or, oh my gosh, we'll have, like, a video shoot and then go biking and go to Starbucks. I mean, there's nothing wrong with Starbucks. Starbucks tastes great, but, yeah, that sounds a little bit, you know what I mean? So, yeah. So, this video was a complete mess. All my videos are going to be complete messes, if you haven't already figured that out. And yes, I know, this is my second video, so, yeah, but, that's pretty much it. Okay, so, like, if you ever have any, like, questions or comments, just, like, comment them. I'll probably rant about it. So, yeah. That's it. Thanks for watching. Don't subscribe, you'll get cancer. But